There was no body. People think the Grand Canyon is quiet. It isn't. It hums. The wind doesn't just blow there. It breathes. It crawls through the rocks like something alive, something ancient, something that remembers. That's where my wife disappeared. That's what I told everyone. We went in early October. Perfect weather. Cool air. Blue skies so wide they made you feel small. She wanted pictures near the edge. Said the canyon looked like God had clawed the earth open. She laughed that morning. That's the part that stuck with the media later. The smiling photos, the interviews, the captions. Young wife vanishes on romantic getaway. By sunset, she was gone. I called her name for hours. That's what I told police. Said we got separated along one of the trails. Said I went one way, she went another. Said I thought she was just ahead of me until I realized she wasn't answering. They asked why it took me 40 minutes to report it. I said I thought she was playing a joke. They asked why my clothes were dusty, but hers weren't found anywhere. I said we'd hugged before splitting paths. They asked why I didn't sound panicked on the operator call. I said shock does strange things. Her parents believed me. They held my hands at the ranger station while officers searched through the night. Her mother cried into my chest. Her father stared at the canyon like it might spit her back out if he glared hard enough. I know you loved her, her mom whispered. I squeezed her tighter. I did love her, just not enough. When the search teams found nothing, the tone shifted. The detectives stopped looking at the canyon and started looking at me. They pulled phone records. They found our arguments. They found texts where she threatened to leave. They found the life insurance policy. Suddenly, I wasn't a grieving husband. I was motive. News vans lined our street when we got home. Microphones shoved in my face. Did you push her? Were you having an affair? Did she try to leave you? They replayed the same hiking footage over and over, analyzing body language, slowing down clips of me walking behind her near the rim. The media tried me before a courtroom ever could. And still, no body, no blood, no witnesses, no crime. The Federal Bureau of Investigation stepped in 3 weeks later. That's when things stopped feeling like pressure and started feeling like suffocation. Unmarked cars parked across from my house. Clicks on my phone line. Strangers in grocery stores who lingered too long. They tore apart our home with a warrant. Dug up the backyard, pulled apart floorboards, cut open drywall. They questioned me for 9 hours straight. I never raised my voice, never changed my story. We got separated, I looked. She was gone. They said, people don't just disappear at the Grand Canyon. But they do. More than you think. The canyon swallows people whole. Hikers slip. Tourists wander. Storms roll in without warning. It's vast enough to erase you. That's what made it perfect. The truth didn't happen in a rage. It didn't happen with shouting. It happened quietly. We were already falling apart long before that trip. She had someone else that she thought I didn't know. She was going to leave me after the vacation. She told me the night before. Told me she didn't feel safe anymore. Funny, I hadn't touched her, not yet. The next day, near one of the less crowded lookout points, we argued. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quiet. Sharp words between clenched teeth. She stepped too close to the edge. She always did that. Said she liked the thrill. I remember the wind picking up. I remember her saying, "You don't scare me." And I remember placing my hands on her shoulders. It didn't take strength. It took timing. A shift in balance. A step forward. A small, sharp scream that disappeared before it fully formed. Then silence. The canyon swallowed her the way it swallows echoes. I didn't look down. I couldn't. Not because I felt guilt, but because I didn't want to see if she'd survived. I waited. Counted to 30. Then I ran down the trail shouting her name. I scraped my hands on rock to make it look desperate. I let my voice crack when I flagged down a ranger, and the machine started. Search parties, helicopters, drones, dogs, nothing. Because I didn't just rely on gravity. That's the part no one knew. Weeks before the trip, I'd researched missing persons cases at the canyon, the terrain, the blind spots, the areas where recovery was nearly impossible. There are places there so jagged and deep that even trained crews won't risk climbing down. I made sure we were near one. One step, one push. A fall into a grave nature already carved. Months passed. The case went cold. The Federal Bureau of Investigation backed off. Detectives still watched me, hoping I'd slip. I never did. I attended vigils, I thanked volunteers, I cried on cue. Eventually, the cameras left. Her parents still call me on holidays. They say they know I did everything I could. I tell them I miss her. Sometimes I even convince myself it's true. But here's the thing about the canyon. It hums. And at night, when the house is quiet and the media has forgotten my name, I hear it. Wind slipping through cracks in the walls. A faint, distant echo. Not a scream, not exactly. More like a breath. Like the earth exhaling, waiting. Because no matter how deep you bury something, the ground remembers, and one day it gives things back.